Hey there, this is Alan Brocken. Now that my kids are grown up, they say I'm the cool dad everybody talks about. But I can say that's not always been the case. There have been many days I was not cool. I was not even communicative. A lot of days I just didn't have a word to share with them. And so that's what I'm here for to help you with. So if you're in transition, you're trying to get away from work and in home and get your mind right for that. I'm here to give you my daily dad word, something to talk about, think about, and connect with your family on. And so today's daily dad word is church. We're going to be talking about church today. And so we'll talk a little bit about church, maybe a joke or two. But I also think we need to make sure that so we have a clear head and mind as I get into this, that we all just take a deep breath, right? So I want you to breathe in through your mouth, out through your nose, in, out, nice and slow. And what that's going to do is that's going to help clear out some bad brain chemicals that have built up throughout the day, and help you have focus and be present with your family. This week we're focused on the Holy Spirit, and we're talking about John 14:16 through 17. And it says, "And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to help you and be with you forever, the Spirit of truth. The world cannot accept him because it neither sees him nor knows him, but you know him, for he lives with you and will be in you." John 14:16 through 17. So I'm going to say that one more time. "And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to help you, and he will be with you forever, the Spirit of truth. The world cannot accept him because it neither sees him nor knows him, but you know him, for he lives with you and will be in you." John 14:16 through 17. You still breathing? So I want you to just take it slow. And as you're hanging up your stuff to at the end of the day, right? It's you've had a long day, and you might be wiped out right now. But I gotta ask, sometimes I've been in this situation, you've been in this situation, you've been asked to give when you got nothing left. And so what do you do about that? Well, today's great word is from Kitty McCullough from In Hard Times, an Oral History of the Great Depression by Studs Terkel. And it goes like this: "There were many beggars who would come to your back door, and they would say they were hungry. I wouldn't give them money because I didn't have it. But I did take them in and put them in my kitchen and give them something to eat." When I think about that, I mean, there's so much going on in our country right now and around us where we're strung out. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand what burnout is. I feel it all the time. And earlier in my career and in life, I was burned out and I didn't have any resources. I mean, there were many months where my wife and I were diligently, trading dollars from one little envelope to another in our Dave Ramsey system to make sure we could buy diapers. Single income, working for a university, didn't have a lot of money. But you know what? I had student employees that worked with me that had it so much worse. I had one in particular that this was just right around 9/11. And when 9/11 hit, him and his wife's immigration status just got completely wrecked. And so neither one of them was allowed. They were in the country. They didn't have the money to fly home. They were both enrolled in classes, and they were supposed to have jobs as graduate students, like to pay the bills. And in the end, they were doing was making about $800 a month to have a family of three live on, and that included having to pay rent, and rent was like three quarters of that. So it was tough. They were in a tough spot, and we didn't really have anything. But I had been really fortunate along the way, and I was looking forward to this. Was we had come on some venison. Somebody had gone and killed a deer and asked if I wanted the meat, and I was like, absolutely, because I really like it and it's cool, but it's kind of a special thing to have. Well, found out about my friend, and they had nothing, and so he got the deer. Right? I mean, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you got to look at what you do have. Maybe that's a skill, a craft, but sometimes you just got to look at that and see what you can give, because we're like I said yesterday, sometimes we got to remember we're all in this together. And so, are you challenged right now? Is there something that you're kind of feeling like, yeah, I probably should help out. I'm on thin ice, but I probably should help out. Are you challenged by that? Well, why don't you come talk to us at the Daily Dad Words discussion group? Maybe we can help you navigate that need that you're feeling called to do something about, but you're just not sure how, what you can do about it. And I think today's kid word is a really good one because young Garrett Lowry lost his father, and his beloved cat to cancer. He wanted to show cancer patients how much he cared. Now, he was just a kid. Like, he didn't have much money, but he really cared about people. He wanted to show them something that could make a difference. Well, his grandmother was showing him how to knit. And so, with just a little bit of yarn and a lot of time, he started knitting caps for kids suffering from cancer. He started donating those caps to kids in California and Colorado, and just hoping that kids would feel better. And so, it provided head coverings for kids that were losing their hair. Now his parents are helping him develop a foundation. And so, if you'd like to learn more about Garrett and his story and his charity, you can find the links in the description. Do you know an inspiring kid with a great attitude, solving big problems or helping others? Use the contact form at dailydadword.com to tell us about it so we can feature your story and promote their cause. Are you still breathing? So, I got to close this out, making sure that you get a good belly laugh on this one. Because we're talking about church, and I've got some great church jokes for you. So, what do you call a Bible character that just pulled into the church a parking lot? No, no, you don't like that. Okay. So this is a great one. So my pastor one time told a joke about the Apostle Paul. And so he's up on the pulpit and he was trying to be, I guess he was trying to influence our coffee ministry or something, because he said, congregation, how did the Apostle Paul make his coffee? And everybody just kind of looked at each other. It's kind of weird. And then without missing a beat, the pastor said, he brews it. Get it? Hebrews, Paul wrote Hebrews. Get it? Anyway, all right. So that wasn't funny. That's all right. You come up with your own church related pun, funny story. Maybe drop in the comments, and I'll play it back, and it'll probably be better if I use your comedy. But tell your family a story, make them laugh. Thanks for tuning into the Daily Dad Word. If you're looking for some inspiration for your family time, check us out at dailydadword.com/dailydadword. The link is in the bio. I have a number of resources there to help you plant a seed for a lifetime relationship with your family, including a link to the Daily Dad Word Discussions Facebook group. If you found this focus time useful, click like and subscribe to be notified about the next day's show.